So, good morning. Good morning. This is Ruth from Suriname. And today I am connected with Jamaica. I'm connected to Carey-Lee Dixon. She's from Jamaica. Good morning, Carey-Lee.
Morning.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad to
see.
be here.
Thank you for being here, making the time. And I see that we are very much aligned. We didn't agree. We didn't speak about
Yes,
that. It's very funny. So, from
yes,
tropical Suriname to tropical Jamaica, you, Carrie Lee, are one of the ladies who is giving a workshop on the Inspiring Ladies of the Caribbean Summit coming November in Suriname. And I'm
right.
very happy that I will meet you in person then. But who is Carrie Lee? What can you tell us and the viewers about who you are?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for even considering to have me as part of the upcoming workshop. I think one of the things that I've realized is that when you're intentional, everything will start to line up. And I realized last year I set my intention, like, okay, I want to do more workshops. I want to share my story more. I want to connect with others. And so just being a part of this workshop is just so clear that once you set your intentions, things will just start happening. So thank you, first of all. I'd like to describe myself as a purpose-driven individual. For me, I like to know why I do the things that I do. So I'm always seeking to find what am I passionate about, how can I be better, how can I be just be the best version of myself, because I have been that person who have been just going through the motions, doing whatever everybody thinks is best for me without really answering and aligning myself with what feels good and is fulfilling for me. So I'm very purpose driven in that sense. Outside of that, I'm a very creative person. I enjoy tapping into my creative side. So I'm always thinking creatively how I can improve things, how I can enhance things. And I'm just an overall person who likes growth. I'm just attracted to growth. So I'm attracted to growth oriented people. I'm attracted to events that empower women to be better and just people to be better. So that's me. And I am just attracted to success. I'm attracted to growth. I'm attracted to people who are moving and who are doing things. And I love to align myself with purpose driven stuff. So I'm attracted to personal growth and career advancement and women empowerment.
Yes, and you are still very young, so I'm not surprised, but I am happily, well, maybe surprised is the best word, that a young lady such as you, because what's your age? You're under 30 still, right?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm 28.
28, 28, yes. And
Yeah.
already in such a positive way, you are busy with your personal growth, with your leadership. You started a organization for young ladies. Can you tell us a little
Yes.
bit more about that? What you do in Jamaica with that?
Right. So I have a women empowerment platform called For Women to Women, and I started that like in 2012. Initially, when I started, it was just a blog because I was doing an unpaid internship. I realized I wanted a sense of a more community. I was going to a lot of events where I wasn't seeing women like me who are in their 20s, who are hungry for success, or wanted to connect with more established women. So I thought it was great to create a platform for that in that sense. And it has since grown more into a purpose driven platform for women who are just about wanting to continually grow. So focus a lot on personal growth, career advancement. And it's for those women who are in the 20s, in the 30s as well. Our audience is mostly university students, young professionals, women who are in mid-level area of their career and or just focused on just want to share the stories, learn from others' experiences. And how we do that is through online content. So, initially we started as a blog. So we have that online content that keeps
Hmm.
going, but we also have social gatherings. So we have, I think we call mentor gatherings, where we have an intimate setting where we bring together women in a very niche focus way where we talk about specific topics of interest or just challenges. And we also have our empowerment brunch, which we had last year, which was so amazing because we got some of Jamaica's most influential women to be a part of the event. So we had the CEO of Jamaica Public Service, was Kelly Tom. Had so many awesome women. I don't want to drop all the names, but it was really good in the sense that they came to share their experiences, their lessons, and I believe the ladies took away something very valuable from that event. So those are just some of the things I do with Women to Women, and currently we're working on a resources platform. That's the area where we're connecting women to opportunities and resources, and I can't wait to launch that in the summer of this year.
Yeah, so you are very, very busy. And what I really love about it is that you connect the experience, so the mentors, if you want to call them that, to the younger people who are on their way to the top. Huh?
Right. That's definitely the focus, because one of the things I've realized is that we all have similar stories and struggles. And so what I realized, the more experienced women can share what worked for them, what didn't work for them, while also the women who are like-minded in the same age group can also share their struggles and find a way how we can all help each other. So it's a lot about storytelling and just shared experiences.
Yeah, very, very awesome. And who inspires you the most, Carey-Lee? Do you have like a real heroine or a hero, maybe, or more?
Well, I have a lot of women who I look up to, but I don't have
Can you speak a little bit more in the
yeah.
Yes.
So I have a lot of women who I look up to, and I realize that a lot of the women I look up to have similar traits and characteristics, and those are not women who are very candid, very confident, courageous, and some of those women are like Oprah. So I look up to Oprah. You know, I mean, her journey is very inspiring. I mean, I also have a lot of local women in Jamaica I admire, like Yanni Page. We have Nicole Campbell. Those are two women locally who I really look up to, because they're very focused driven. They're all about helping others, and that's something I'm really connected to. So I have those two women locally, and then of course I mentioned Oprah. But then there are also other women who are within my age group who are also admired. Like you have Courtney Saunders. She's from the US, and she has a platform called Think and Grow Rich. Very inspiring woman. I've seen her grow, and it's just an example to show that once you're disciplined and motivated and just focused of how you can truly inspire change in your life and in others. So those are just some of the women who truly inspire me.
Yes, it's always important to have role models that you feel connected to, that whose actions resonate with who you are and what your purpose is. So in the morning, yes, your alarm goes off, or maybe you wake up without an alarm. But what makes you jump out of your bed and say, yes, it's a new day, let's go? What is motivating you? What's your drive?
My drive is actually every day for me to be better. Right now, well, actually, I can share a story. This morning I woke up and I was feeling a little out of it, and I was like, well, you know, yesterday wasn't as productive as I really wanted it to be, and I decided this morning that, hey, today's going to be productive, because I am deciding for it to be productive, and so it's stuff like wanting to be better every day, knowing how to deal with challenges. And for me, it's just finding that thing that really ignites me. And for me, that's for Women to Win. That's my platform. And right now, I'm also working on just building up my career as I'm working on becoming a career coach and a life coach, as well as doing more work in innovation. So those things really get me out of bed once I have that goal and that vision. Yeah.
Yes, and I know that we are both part of the Women's Economic Forum Advisory Board, and you just recently went to India for a conference. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? What happened there, and what was your talk about? What did you talk about?
Well, first of all, that was a very great opportunity. Going to India was definitely outside of my comfort zone. It was not an easy ride to get to India, because I actually learned about the opportunity from within my network. You know, someone recommended me based on my work through For Women to Women, and I'm really grateful for what Women Economic Forum represents, because it's about each woman lighting a candle of each other, and that's how I got the opportunity. But getting to India was really a very challenging thing, but getting there also reminded me that you have to stay focused on your goals, and you also have to have very good people around who can push you. And those two are my accountability partners, Monique and Cherise, who are also from Jamaica. So we're only 3 women from Jamaica who went there. And I spoke on unfolding your power through self-discovery and vulnerability, a very personal topic for me, because one, I realized when I actually found what my purpose was, and I started to tap into it, and I started to do more things that are outside of my comfort zone, I was able to find what really ignites me. And I also found that that's where my power lies, and also I realized that a lot of times we are going through things, but we don't really share, we don't open up, and what we do that is that we lock off persons and we don't learn or grow as much. So that topic was very personal for me. I spoke about my experience as feeling stuck in my 9 to 5, that was in 2015, and I shared how that experience just changed my life in a very meaningful way. So that was a very very great experience. I love the conference, very diverse audience. It was just overall a very fulfilling event.
I followed you online, and I really enjoyed all your posts about your adventure and about your speech, of course. And you just said something, and I wanted to tap into that, but it's early here also, so maybe it will come back.
It'll come back. That's fine.
It will come back later. To coming November, you are one of the 3 women who gives a workshop on the Sunday of the Inspiring Ladies of the Caribbean Summit that will be held here in Paramaribo. So have you already thought about what your workshop is going to be about a little bit? Don't tell them everything, but tell them a little bit. Make them curious.
Just a little.
A little, yes.
Well, actually, one of the things I wanted when I am speaking to others, I really want to share a lot of not only my story, but experiences. I feel like you have to share stuff that resonate with people, but can also, help them in a practical way. And so it was actually just this month I thought about my topic, and that is taking the lead in your personal life and career. And that's a personal topic for me, which I think persons can learn from, where sometimes we set very big goals. I'm a victim of that. I've set very big goals, but my mindset and my habits were just not right. I was not taking the lead. I want all these amazing things. I was going to work late, or I was just not doing the work. I prefer being entertained over actually being educated, kind of thing. And so taking the lead for me is about showing up for yourself, taking the lead in your own life before you start influencing others or wanting to tell people what to do. Because a lot of times we give a lot of advice to others, but really and truly we're not an example for our own selves. So I think it's a very good, I'm very excited actually, and I think it's very important for me to share that and guide women through how they can take a lead in their personal life and career. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We are really looking forward to that, and I think your travels to Suriname will be a little bit easier than India. And in November it is also hot over here, but I think it's similar to Jamaica, not that hot as in India. Because I've heard that India is it's different kind of heater than we are used to here in the Caribbean. Yeah.
Listen, it was. Listen, I don't know. It's the first I've ever experienced of that type of heat. It's so crazy. Yeah.
Yes. So that was also a challenging thing. Up until now, Carey-Lee, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
Well, I think my biggest accomplishment would be for me deciding to leave my 9 to 5 job.
This is what I wanted to tap into. That I wanted to say, sorry that I interrupt you like this, but I wanted to say that I do think that everybody needs a 9 to 5 to get to the realization. For some people, for a lot of people, the 9 to 5 works like perfectly for the rest of their life. But for some people like us, the creative ones, the entrepreneurial ones, the 9 to 5 makes us realize that this is not what we want in our lives yet.
Yes.
So that's what happened to you. So sorry for the interruption, but tell me what.
That's okay. Well, it's not necessarily that I don't want a 9 to 5. It's about being able to identify um, things that are fulfilling, things that are draining, and that doesn't align with who you are. So I say my biggest accomplishment is when I left my 9 to 5 job in 2015, and that job for me was a very toxic job. It was also a job where I wasn't fulfilled. There was no more growth, but yet still I was holding on to something. And so the moment, that period when I got stuck, and I decided to go on a self-discovery journey, to tap into myself, to challenge myself creatively, and to even host my first in-person event through For Women to Women. It's helped me to realize that there was more to me. There was more than what I was settling for within that job. And so I believe that was a good opportunity for me to take the leap. And it has, it was, let me tell you, when I left that job, I was broke, number one. Two, I didn't have a plan per se, but at the same time, I thought it was necessary for me to take that leap. And while I was unemployed and I took another job after that, it was also just a great learning experience, because I took another job after that and then I got fired within 9 months, right? So I realized that I took a lot of baggage from that job into the second job. And then I also realized that I really just wasn't passionate about what I was really doing from that time. And so it was just a great experience. And I think it's one of my greatest accomplishments to date, yeah.
Yeah, it also shows courage. Yeah? You need courage to leave a
Yeah.
certainty like that. And
Mm-hmm.
what I believe is, I don't know, have you read the book The Alchemist from Paulo Coelho? Coelho?
Actually,
I
it
never know how to pronounce the man's name. Oh, it's horrible. The
it has
Alchemist.
been it has been recommended to me, and I actually purchased it on Kindle, so I actually need to start
Okay.
reading
Yeah,
it.
please do,
Yeah.
because it's one of the books that helped me. I read it like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago already for the
Mm-hmm.
first time. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't grasp all of it back then. But since then, I've read it at least 4 more times,
Mm-hmm.
and recently again. And the older I get, the wiser maybe, I
Mm-hmm.
hope. But one of the biggest lessons in there that I took out of that book is the word of maktub. Maktub means it is written.
Mm-hmm.
Your life path has been written, and if you follow the signs, things
Mm-hmm.
will go as they are planned for you. And of course, you also have influence on your own life. That's the leadership part.
Yeah.
But when things are not for you, and that's what I wanted to say with this, doors will close. Like with the job, you said you
Mm-hmm.
were fired again after 9 months, because it's not,
Mm-hmm.
you are probably not meant to be in a regular job,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Or
create your
or prob
own.
all right, or even in that industry. So
Yes,
those are some of the things I realized as well.
yes.
Just from getting fired, I was like, well, for one, probably I wasn't supposed to take this job because I took it because I was broke.
Yeah,
that's that's
you have
that
to eat.
that yeah, that was the truth. I took that job because I was broke. But being there, I realized I wasn't really even passionate about the job, and
Oh,
so it's just everything just happened the
then
way
it
it
doesn't.
was. So
It was,
yeah,
but you learned lessons from that, and that's the
yeah.
inspiring part of it. And on such a young age, well, you're not that baby young anymore, but you're still
No,
a young woman.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of issue to dare to take steps like that. I
Mm-hmm.
find it very inspiring, and this is why I like also working with younger people than I am, because
Mm-hmm.
people always think, yeah, the young people learn from the more experienced ones, and yes, that's true. And the more
Mm-hmm.
experienced people, like I am, I'm a bit older than you are, we can learn from the young
The
people.
younger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have different views, different ways, and some things are similar, and some things are very new and fresh. So that is why I
Yeah.
like the diversity, and we also have that during the summit coming November. We have like older, experienced women. We have the young women like you,
Mm-hmm.
um, and this is what I already like about it. Huh?
Okay.
So the last question for you: What dreams and plans do you have left for 2017, or maybe you are already looking at 2018?
Well, one of the things listen, I have a very big, I dream big, I set very big goals. And so right now I'm of course, I'm working on getting my mindset right and my habits right to make everything happen. For this year, we're doing one of our events, which is our mentor gathering. So we're doing a summer series. So we're having a series of events, just bringing together women to talk about niche focus. So we're having our first event at the end of June. And then this year, of course, I'll be in Suriname. I'm really looking forward to that. And one of the things, as I mentioned earlier, is that I'm building out our resources platform, because someone I realize the women are setting goals and they want things, but sometimes they're not sure where to find it. So I am there. I am serving as a medium, connecting the women to the opportunities, and I look forward to us working on forming partnerships and collaborations to even take it a bit further. But for right now, it's just sharing opportunities that cross my path. You know, I've gotten a lot of opportunities that I am not necessarily interested in, but I know a lot of other women would really appreciate. So that's what I'm focusing on for this year. And those are my main things. I always set these laundry list of things that I realize less is more. So I'm focusing on those. And then for next year, I mean, it's bigger things. We're working on doing more campaigns. We want to tap into more social issues for women. And I don't want to speak much on it right now, but definitely everything will be really revealed in due time. Yeah.
Well, we can follow you on your Facebook page, Carey-Lee Dixon, right? What's this Carey-Lee?
Well, it's okay. I'd suggest following me on Facebook and Twitter. I'm also very active on LinkedIn. So I'd prefer you to follow me on LinkedIn. Yeah. So it's Carey-Lee Dixon. So it's CAREY-LE Dixon on LinkedIn. On Facebook, it's the same thing. My name is pretty consistent.
Yeah, I will mention your name everywhere so they can find you. And we are going to look into bringing the Inspiring Ladies of Color speaking event to Jamaica. Yes. So we'll see if that can happen in October also. So we are two busy bees. And for now, thank you, Carey-Lee. Thank you for making time for this interview, and that the people from the Caribbean and from everywhere, it's going to be on YouTube, so people can get to know you, learn about you, and if they want to contact you, I will put your name and your links from LinkedIn, etc., everywhere, so they can contact you and connect, because you're all about connection. And yes, we're all about connection. So thanks a lot, and have a very good Friday and an even better weekend. And we will be in touch again soon.
All right. Thanks, Ruth. And it was just a pleasure sharing my story as well as just my hopes. And I look forward to the event in November. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Bye.